Hello everyone, welcome to the second session of the series. This is a series on revisiting Bijouisms. Yes, we will be revisiting one more Bijouism today, which is create, or you can use any, explore. There are so many: deliberate strokes, enjoy, relax, one stroke at a time. Yes, so today we'll probably do the Bijouism called gratitude. Yes, one of the most important principles of the Zentangle method. And I'm going to start with a string. So this is a Zendala tile. It is a slightly bigger tile than our normal regular tiles. So I'm going to start with a string like this. Yeah, and do the same exercise on the other side also. Like this. And I'm going to start with gratitude, write it in the center. Now, as I did in the previous session also, I have a bolder nib, a really bold nib, but if you don't want to use that, you want to use the PN, then you can do that also. Let's use our PN only. So I'm going to use my Micron PN and first write gratitude inside here. So I have taken a cue from this string. Now if you want, you can ink this string also. Yeah. And then I'm going to just go back and add little bit of weight here and there to my gratitude. So end of lines, beginning of lines, just a little bit of extra ink there. As I end the line. You can use your calligraphy skills as I mentioned earlier also in the session. Draw it or write it nicely if you are a calligrapher. I'm just doing a little bit so that my gratitude is prominent enough and does not get lost in my tangling. I'm just adding some bit of weights here and there. Yeah. That's about it. I don't think we need to do anything else. Yes. So we will see if we want to tangle in between also. Now I'm first going to go ahead and ink this string because this string is very much part of my tile and I would like it to show. Yeah. So now on the other side also I will just ink the string like this. Now let us start filling in patterns or tangles. So let us first start with a tangle called Shattuck. I'm using my Micron PN. You can very well use your O1. So again, Shattuck is a tangle purely based on lines, auras. Lines can be simple straight lines or curved lines, whichever way you like it. Take your time. So I'll be using the same set of tangles on both sides of the gratitude, but it is entirely up to you. If you want to vary the tangles, use a different mix of tangles on the other side, you can do that. Yeah. So that's the tangle Shattuck. I'm going to continue like this and fill up this band, this triangle with this tangle. Yeah, and finally the last one here. Take your time. Yeah, so that was Shattuck. I'm going to add a little weight to these triangles so that they pop up when we shade. Yeah, small little exercise. And then I'm going to do the same on this side also, right? So I will again start with Shattuck. So I have done the same exercise on the other side also, and now adding a little bit of weight there as I did on the other side also. Yeah, done with that. Now let us add a drama tangle like Knight's Bridge. So I'm first going to add a square grid. So I'm drawing slanting lines here so that I get kind of diamond shapes for my Knight's Bridge. Yeah, and then I'm going to start from this side. Take your time. Yeah, so this is the grid, and then we will go ahead and ink alternate sections. Just like a checkerboard. Yeah. So be patient. This is going to take a little while. Go to each and add that ink. If you want to add something else like a dot or an orb, you can do that also. Yeah. So I'm going to do this at my own pace. And you can also do that slowly. Go to each, add that ink. Yeah. So I am doing the same thing on the other side also, continuing with my inking, creating a checkerboard kind of pattern, the tangle called Knight's Bridge, drawn in a square grid. So go slow and just ink alternate squares. This requires concentration. You mess up one and it kind of creates a confusion. But yes, you can always save your tile by continuing. Yeah. So that's our second tangle. Now these sections probably we can add some printums or snails. Let's draw snails here. So snails is somewhat derived from the tangled printums only, but they are kind of connected printums like this. So these are really big ones here. That's okay. Yeah. So these small little spaces can be comfortably inked. And here also you can add some ink. You can also add some weight if you want, a little bit like this to a few of the auras. Yeah, probably two like this. So I'm going to do exactly the same this side also. So let's do snails once again. Generally we draw printums anti-clockwise, but this is something I'm drawing clockwise. And just kind of connecting it with the previous one. Like this. Yeah, again ink the spaces. Yeah, so done with that. Now let us move to another tangle. So I'm just going to add some lines here, just like we draw for Hollowbog, or you can add orbs. Yeah, so let's see. Let's add some orbs just like we do for onomato. Just that I'm adding an extra aura inside. Yeah, and again do the same exercise, or you can add further orbs here and fill up the space like this. Yeah, so I'll do the same on the other side also. Just draw some orbs. Yeah, So now we are left with these two sections. So I'm going to add something like Betweed here, bringing lines from both the sides and adding a slight weight as I end the line. Very slight weight, just a dot there. Tangle pattern, Betweed. Yeah, take your time. Slowly, you can give a slight curve to the line, that's okay. Yeah. Like this. So I'll do exactly the same on the other side. But as I mentioned, it is up to you. If you want to add different tangles in each, you can do that. Yeah. So I'm done with doing that. Completed drawing my Betweed also. Now it is up to you whether you want to. So I'm just going to use my brown pen and add a background to my gratitude also. Right now it is up to you. What do you want to add? So I'm just probably going to add some muka or poke roots or something like that. So let's go ahead and add some mukas here. So you can either draw over or you can just accommodate these mukas in between. Even if you draw over, that's fine. Yeah, so I'm just going to probably draw these muka in between and fill up the spaces there. Just adding some sprouts, some mukas, whichever way I can accommodate it. You can also always add some orbs, some flux. Yeah, so muka is a nice filler, acts as a nice background tangle also. And you can add tipples here and there and just fill up those spaces. You can maneuver it anyways. It just fits into any area. So this tangle is called Muka and it's a very flowy, nice tangle. One stroke tangle. Generally don't have to even lift your hand while you draw this tangle. Yeah. So I'm just going to add this throughout. We did this kind of a thing in our Zen Bites sessions. If you remember, if you have seen it. So I did a couple of alphabets there. Kind of decorated it with mocha and a few more tangles. So I'm just using a mix of probably tipple, very few tipples, some bit of flux here and there, and mainly mocha. Yeah. Using my brown pen, mocha in any form, sprouts. Can draw it any which ways. Yeah, that's about it. I'm just closing it there. Yeah, so let us now move on to shading. So first thing that I'm going to do is add a really thick graphite here inside. Where I've written gratitude. Yeah, and maybe I will use some bit of brush pen there also, so that it recedes a little. Yeah, so then I'm going to leave one line and add to the next, or probably, yeah, you can add on one side. Like this, and then again just redoing the string that we started with. So adding graphite on the string actually. Yeah. So let us first blend and then we shall see what else do we want to do. So I'm going to blend this inside here first. Yeah. Soften the graphite. Make sure you blend it nicely. Yeah. Then we will blend on one side. So I'm going to add some more graphite. Bring it to about half and then highlight the rest. Yeah. Same here also. Bring it to about half and then highlight the rest. Take your time. Slowly blend the graphite. Yes. And I'll do the same here also. Make sure you blend nicely and you don't blend too much. Yeah. Take your time. Just making sure that I add on the same side. Yeah. Then moving on to our chalk. So I'm first going to, I think, add a little extra darkness here by using my gray brush pen. A little extra there inside. Now comes the highlight. So use a different stub and just soften the chalk, blend it like this, yeah, and the same to be done for the rest. Soften the chalk. And this is mostly white, but if you want, you can add some chalk here also. Right? So I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side also. So the remaining half where you have not added graphite, just highlight it with your chalk. And you don't need to do anything else. Yeah, we have highlighted here a little bit, so we didn't do that on the other side. So I'm just going to add a little bit of weight there. That's about it. Just redo the chalk. Yeah, that's our tile. That's gratitude. Yeah, so I don't think we need to do anything else here. It's all fine. You can redo the strings if you want to. I'm not going to be doing that. I'm just going to leave it like this. Just looking for a place for my chop to sit comfortably. Yeah, put in your chop, sign and date your tile. Right? So I shall see you again with another Bijouism. Right? Till then, have a good time. Bye-bye. Be grateful. Gratitude is paramount. It's the most important thing. Yes. Bye-bye.